Welcome, 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 welcome. This is a lesson about the following words: to delegate, authority, coach, set an example, also collocations. We already have discussed these words in class. This is just an extra preparation for the exams. This is a summary of what we did last Monday. Some of the online students were not able to hear me because I had some problems connecting the audio to the computer. But well, that's why I'm doing this video. Okay, you can pause this video to think about things for a moment. Please do. But think for a while for yourself. What does your ideal boss look like? What kind of boss, what kind of manager would you like to work with? What kind of manager would you like to have working for a company? Just pause this video and just think about that for a moment. Alright, well, we did an exercise and say, hey, mention as many words as you can about chapter 2. But you can do that for yourself. You can get a piece of paper and you can write down as many words of the vocabulary of unit 2 that you can remember. After you've done this, check at page 147, 148 if all those words are there and which one weren't you able to remember. Also think, do I know what these words mean? And can I mention an example with each word or an example sentence? Now, do the same thing for collocations. Write on a piece of paper all the collocations that you can remember. And then check with your book. Which one did I forget? Of course, some are more important than others. Alright. What's the adjective of authority? Do you know that? It's authoritarian. It's on page 147. As CEO, fill in the blanks here, please. Pause, maybe. As CEO, I have the authority to make important decisions. Here, do the same. Fill in these blanks, okay? Pause, maybe. As a manager, it is important to give autonomy to employees. I want to have autonomy. Do you want to have autonomy at the place where you work? I think so. You want to be free to make your own decisions, to be creative. Alright, there are different styles of leadership. This is the democratic leadership. What do you think democratic leadership is? How do managers see their employees when they have this leadership style? Can you think about that for a minute? Maybe pause. Democratic leadership means involving employees in making decisions. So a manager will listen to his employees, and sometimes he will. An employee may come with very good ideas. Can you think why involve employees in decision making as a manager? Can you think of reason, of benefits for the company? Think for a moment. The benefits can be that employees will be more motivated because they feel more committed, because the boss asks them for advice sometimes, involves them in decision making, but also maybe an employee has much more knowledge about software than his manager. Not making decisions without talking to him, then the manager may make the wrong decision. So more people, more experience, more knowledge, more wisdom, so better decision making. Are there also disadvantages, do you think? Pause maybe. Well, the point is it takes a lot of time to make decisions in this way, and it's difficult to change quickly, especially for big companies. That means a lot of meetings involving a lot of people. On the other hand, this is practice in business today. Yes. Okay. Then we go to a video. You can also go to YouTube and type in the words top notch free unit free video 2. But you can also try to open this link. This presentation has been posted as a PowerPoint on Google Classroom. My question to you is this a good well, you can read the questions here on the slide and try to answer those questions in your head. Try to think of, hey, what can be the answers to these questions. First watch the video, first read the questions, then watch the videos, like a TOEIC test. First read the question, then go to the text. Okay? Now, what happened in the video? Wait, first pause if you still need to think about that. If you still need to watch the video, first watch it, pause right now and get back to this later. Of course, the manager thinks that it was the democratic leadership, that everybody was involved. But did people really have a chance to make their own decisions? No. Would you like to work for her? I don't think so, because she doesn't give much room for other employees to have their say, to make their own decisions. On the other hand, to be honest, are you like her sometimes? I think so. Me too. I'm also like her sometimes. I think that restaurant is the best. Let's do it like that. Autocratic leadership. That means I'm the boss and you do as I tell you. Remember the movie The Devil Wears Prada? Autocratic leadership. The manager has authority. He's very authoritarian, and the risk is that employees will be less motivated. Decision making really depends on the boss. If he makes a wrong decision, then well. But this kind of leadership can be handy if decisions have to be made quickly, like in a 5-star restaurant, or when producing medicines, pills. I mean, there's no room for creativity. You have to make the medicines, the pills, there are very strict quality standards. So then this kind of leadership may be useful. Okay, I think we talked about this. Coaching leadership style. Well, I'll quickly say this is helping your employees develop and train them, sharing knowledge. If they make a mistake, help them, and so they won't make that mistake anymore. Visionary leadership. The leader has a vision, he has charisma. Employees are inspired by that vision and motivated because of that, and that's why they want to be part of this company. And of course, Steve Jobs is an example of a visionary leader. Now go to this video and ask yourself, does one manager only have one leadership style, or can it be more? What kind of leadership style or styles does Steve Jobs have? And how does he manage the company? Would you like to work for him? Just watch the video and with these questions in mind and think about this. Then there is the I want to do everything by myself leader. What do you think is the disadvantage of this? He may be stressed out because he won't delegate things to his employees. And he needs advice, he needs a coach. And the woman, you remember the video of the guy who was so stressed out? His boss had a coaching leadership style. She offered to talk with him, to talk about his problem, to see how he can do it better. Okay, this is, wait, no, we're not gonna do this. Or are we going to do this? I'm not sure. Did I have that in mind or not? Okay, this is a role play, and try to do this role play with a friend who's also online, or you can do it with me if you want. But this kind of things should you be able to talk about and use the vocabulary in your speech, use collocations, use be polite, that kind of stuff. And but this presentation is also online. So if you have questions, let me know. It's very important that you know how to understand different leadership styles. Thanks. How can I stop this thing? Is it still? Hey.